Hello! In this section, we will be learning about colors. As I've mentioned in the previous section, the only way to train your perception of colors is by exposing yourself to nice visual stimuli that apply good color combinations in them. But I'll teach you the basic color theory to make you better understand how the colors work with each other, which you'll be able to apply later on your artwork. Okay, to start with, what is color and why are there so many variations of color systems out there? Well, it's actually just three, but that's quite a lot for something that should have been so simple. Color in the purest form is made of wavelengths. The main three colors within the wavelengths are red, green, and blue. Because in our retina, there are three types of cone cells that are sensitive to these colors. When all these colors combine, they become white, because in white, all wavelengths of colors exist. This is the RGB system, or additive color system. Then what about the other two? The other two are made of pigments that reflect color. In yellow paint, for example, it absorbs all the color but reflects the red and green wave, which makes the pigment appear yellow. This is called the RYB color model, or red, yellow, blue. The one we learned in kindergarten, since we're playing with crayons and paints. The other one is the CMYK model. It's usually used in printing. If it thought the base color doesn't consist of red, yellow, and blue, it still works with the same color system as RYB, which is subtractive color system. The primary color in CMYK model consists of cyan, magenta, and yellow. K in this system is an abbreviation that means key, which can be any dark color actually, but in printing it's usually black to add the final touch to the whole print. These colors are like a faint version of the RYB model, arranged in dots with different angles to create richer colors. Why do we need to learn all of this? Well, in order to understand color theory, you must understand the characteristics of the colors first. What kind of color system we'll be using then? Since we're dealing with computer screen, but we are drawing like we are drawing with pigments. I personally think in drawing programs we are using the RGB system, since there are colors like cyan, yellow, and magenta in between red, green, and blue. But it works like a subtractive color when you're using it, like a paint, because if you mix yellow with red in drawing programs, you'll get an orange. In this section, we'll also learn about the relationship between colors and their surroundings. Some of you may be familiar with this image, right? What if I tell you that all the balls in this picture actually have the same color? What makes them different is that each ball is being crossed by a different strip of colors. So the ball that's crossed by red color strips will appear red, and the ball that is crossed by the green strip will be green, and so on. You may also be familiar with this image. Yes, you're right. The A and B areas both have the same color. They do look like different colors because they are surrounded by different environment. This is why determining the color for your environment first is important when choosing the colors for your artwork. As usual, I'll let you know what we will be learning in this section. There might be a lot of terms used for this chapter, but it's okay if you can't remember all of that because as long as you understand the application, it's fine. Okay, first, so we'll be learning about hue, value, and saturation of colors, and then we'll be learning about various kinds of color relationships, and then we'll learn about light, neutral light, warm light, cold light, and how it affects colors, and then we'll finally move on to demonstration of color theory. By the way, you can also practice by using color palette templates that are going around on the internet to practice with this. But of course, I'll also encourage you to come up with your own color palette that we'll be learning from this section. Maybe this is too much info to take, but I just want to let you know anything about colors in case you don't understand what you'll be dealing with. It's actually not a hard topic. You just have to keep practicing and learning about colors. This is fun. Okay, then without any further ado, let's get coloring. Okay, first we'll have to understand what is value, what is hue, and what is saturation. So this is hue, this is saturation, and this is value. Hue is the purest form of the color that's not affected by all the extra colors. Color that has low saturation is grayer than the pure color. And the lowest value of color is black. So the low saturation green is a bit grayish, like this. And color with high value is brighter, like this. And color with high saturation is bright and vivid, and color with low value is closer to black, like this. Colors with low saturation and high value can create a contrast. And color with high saturation and low value also can create a contrast. The lower the value, the blacker it is, and the lower the saturation, the grayer it is. Okay, so now we're gonna learn about color relationship. First, we start with a color wheel, as you can see here. The first color relationship is called complementary color. Color that is put far from each other. The complementary color of blue is orange. The complementary color of green is red. Complementary color of yellow is purple, and so on. And then analogous color. It's color that is close to each other, unlike complementary color. Oh, I forgot to mention before, but this area will be the cool area, and this area will be the warm area. Analogous color usually is around the same area. So warm area for the analogous color will be orange and red and yellow. And the analogous color on the cool side will be purple, blue, and violet. And then triadic color is color that creates a triangle on the color wheel. So it's yellow, for example, it's yellow, blue, and orange. And the other one is called split complementary. It's like complementary color, but they're all split on the end of the spectrum. The complementary color of green is red, but if in split complementary color, there's additional color next to the one color. So this one will be green, red, and orange, or green, red, and purple. And the other one is double split complementary. So it's like complementary, but the two ends of the spectrum has to branch. So yellow with purple and orange with blue, and we combine that together. All of these colors are pure colors, which means there's not a lot of value or saturation adjustment in the color. It's the pure color. So maybe in your eyes it looks very vivid, but you can just adjust them later. This will be our base when using colors. See, right here, it's all in the same area, which means they have the same level of hue. Okay, let's take this one for example, to show you guys how to improve this color palette into a more interesting one.